Hello, I'm Mark Isaacs, and I'm happy to talk to you about WonderWindow. Almost every commercial building has fixed glass in aluminum frames. And at its best, those windows offer a little over an R3 thermal resistance, typically with the glass being low E argon filled, double pane that degrades to an R2 or less because of the energy robbing aluminum frames around them, even when those aluminum frames are thermally broken. Windows end up being the weakest link in the building envelope. They cost $400 billion in annual U.S. energy use. WonderWindow offers a 300 to 400% improvement in thermal resistance because, in part, the thermal resistance is edge to edge. Here you see some of the very early prototypes for our R7 vision windows and R9 daylighting transoms. The daylighting transoms don't offer complete clear vision, but they bring in light in a wonderful diffused way. We've proven our performance. Uh, Simulations and tests have met national standards to prove that R9 and R7 thermal resistance. Essentially, we end up with windows that begin to insulate like walls. But it's important to note that there's more to the story. WonderWindows improve whole wall thermal resistance. That is to say, the wall around the window, 240%, and potentially we might be able to prove up to 400%. And that's a big deal. There's a big built-in problem that happens in every building, and that is found in the sash and frame around individual windows and in the header and jack and cripple studs, the framing or the rough framing that creates the window opening. These materials are not highly insulating, and there's a lot of energy lost in every building because of it. We eliminate that because of the way that our windows are installed. We get double the energy efficiency for the same or less cost than the cheapest of conventional construction, and we end up with a 240% improvement in wall and window thermal resistance. We're working on, at the early stages, an added technique that essentially will yield a 400% improvement over conventional construction, again with negligible extra first cost. We have future R&D planned where we've observed that our windows essentially become structural beams. When you have multiple acrylic glazing layers in parallel, we've essentially built a box beam that's capable of carrying structural loads. This is going to require some pretty extensive testing for flexural capacity and duration of load, but we believe that eventually we will be able to prove that windows can bear like walls. But in terms of current proof points, we've again tested to national standards and shown that our windows can withstand 225 mile an hour wind loads, 3 to 4 times that of a very good residential or light commercial window. We are currently prototyping and testing operable egress windows, and we're working with the Mississippi Polymer Institute on exterior films that can be applied that add UV and scratch resistance to our acrylic. The window that you see pictured here has a R7 vision window at the bottom and R9 daylighting transom with a built-in solar controlling grid, which yields an R8 average as shown. The International Codes Council Evaluation Services has inspected our operation for quality assurance and control, and we expect code approval by the end of this year. We have a current U.S. non-provisional patent and a utility patent, that is, and we have U.S., Canadian, and EU patents pending. Our vision is to make $120 to $200 a square foot net zero energy buildings routine and commonplace. Our approach applies to a wide range of building types, both residential and commercial, hotel, motel, retail, assisted living. There's no reason why we can't have affordable net zero energy buildings now. We're interested in finding demonstration opportunities. We're looking for low-rise commercial or residential buildings, smaller buildings initially to demonstrate our windows. Most particularly, understanding that we have a use case alternative for aluminum framed openings, but also PVC framed windows. Let's be the change we wish to see. Let's go net zero now.